What's up, boo? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. And if you're new to my channel, won't do your dark side, because today's video is all about what I want to see in The Sims 4 in 2025. So I've separated them into two categories. So new features overall, and then adjustments. And that means features that we already have, but I feel like they could be better. Because the first thing, and we're starting off in the new features category, is the ability to have crime and criminal activity. Now, this is mainly for those of us who want a little bit more chaos in our games. And me personally, I feel like my Sims should be able to get arrested in the game, okay? They should be able to go to jail, serve time. I'm gonna hop into the game because I'm in the abandoned detective police station that came with Get to Work. And at least in my game, it's been a year since I've been on this lot, and I feel like we have this revamped. So we have the jail cells here. Instead of it only being accessible via detective career, have our Sims commit crimes and they get sent here. Same way as the doctor's office, you can come here to have your baby, which honestly, that's a whole separate thing in itself. They can go on trial if you have a lawyer. If your Sims commit crimes, maybe we can bring back robbers. And you know, in previous games, only your house can get robbed via an NPC. What if your Sims become a robber? Then they can get caught and go to jail. Just continue to walk with me here, okay? Just think of the possibilities, because I feel like the game right now is a little bit too happy-go-lucky. Even with all the drama aspects that come with relationship, we need a little bit more chaos. We need that darker side of the game to balance it out, because just imagine all the possibilities that can happen. So the next new feature I kind of want in the game, and that is deeds and proper ownership of businesses. So in the game currently, when you have a house, technically there really is no ownership per se. It's just all your Sims living in, okay? Since we got life and death and we can do heirlooms and pass things down, I feel like that should be the same thing with houses. And I feel like that was kind of a missed opportunity. Imagine the drama if one of your grandparents dies and they leave somebody a house, but then your cousin's like, no, that's mine. It just imagine the family dynamic for that. And when it comes to businesses, I feel like if your Sim buys a business, not the entire household that owns the business. It's your Sim that you want to own it. Because whatever you live with your cousin or your sibling or whoever, and you buy a place, and you know for a fact that your Sim sibling does not know how to handle money and they keep buying stuff, you don't want them near your business. No, you don't want that. No. So I just feel like that would be a cool option to have. This next feature on my list is very personal to me, and honestly, as a band kid, I feel like we need more instruments, specifically a flute. And I know there are mods for it, I know, but I feel like we need more instruments in the game and we need more activities. So we need to bring back some of the things we have in previous games. I know we always said this, and a lot of people say, well, it's not the same whenever it's a new game. Okay, but these are just objects though. More activities, indoor activities, outdoor activities, activities you can do on certain lawns. Like, bring that to me. And honestly, I'm in game right now and it just hit me. What if your Sims can actually become Olympic swimmer, and then you can have like relays? Also, we have basketball and we have soccer in the game. What if we can actually play those games? Because in basketball you can like shoot around, but what if you actually do a basketball game? You know, what if you could actually play soccer with a bunch of Sims? If you have Copperdale, we have that giant lot and you can't do nothing on it but go to those little events, and that's it. There's a giant track around it. What if your Sims could do track? In college, your Sims go to rabbit hole games. So what if you actually partake in these things actually, instead of just doing a rabbit hole or doing, you know, some sort of generic version of it? I mean, are you still walking with me? That's what I should really ask you right now. So I am in Ravenwood, which is the new world that we got with life and death, and the build buy that we got kind of sparked some creativity in a feature that I really want in the game, and that is the ability for our actual houses and lots to decay over time or get this weathered look. Now clearly you can see from, you know, certain decor items and windows, one of the windows is like broken in the game. I'm trying to see if I can like find it a little bit. You got some stuff around here. I know on one of them, I think a ghost lives there, like the window was broken. But like, what if your game can honestly do that over time? So just walk with me again. Say, you know, a Sim moves out and nobody moves in because you told the game not to do that and it actually listened. So as the time moves on, you're playing your game, this specific house, it just gets run down, okay? Or your Sim builds a house, and you have like your ancestors in there, especially those of you who play with generations. Buy this house, it's been in the family for years and years, and it just starts to get weathered and, you know, floorboards creak, wallpaper starts to tear on its own, holes start appearing here and there, and it just naturally does that. You know, accidents occur. What if buildings actually do that? Like, you actually have to do maintenance on the building itself. So it could be a lot of work. And I feel like, again, for those of you who stay in one particular save file, you know, you want time to change. I feel like time doesn't really change in the game. Even when you're playing with Sims, I think that's the only way you can see time change. Birth and then, you know, go through the life stages, even with animals. But other than that, time doesn't really move. You know, things happen. Okay, this next item kind of... How can I explain this? Because this is the whole reason The Sims even existed. And it has to do with home fires. And I wish that if your Sims start a fire, the actual place burns down. I'm laughing, but I'm serious. So walk with me again, actually run with me, because I may start a fire in this video. And no, certain item catches a fire. And can I do that? Can I go into these people's houses real quick and like start a fire? Can I do that? I don't really know. Let me make dirty. I don't think I can. I think I actually have to like get one of these low quality items. When I need to start a fire, I can't really start a fire. But can I light somebody on fire? Kill? No, I can only do it with a rabbit. But anyway, if you start a fire in a house and then the walls start to crumble, everything starts to just be taken up in flames. Not just objects and you can replace them or whatever, you know, some things get singed, but like the entire building. Probably looking at me with a side eye, but you know I'm right. It may, you know, distraught a few Sims. You can always turn that off in the settings. And for those of you who don't really want that, you know, I'm just saying. So this feature here that I'm about to explain to you is something that is a little bit tedious, but I feel like it brings in a lot of realism. It has the ability to buy items from build by, but not actually going to build by. So, you know, in build by, you can, you know, you grab the things, you put it in your house. And if you go to like the flea market, you can buy things that way. Or if you go to like a store that you set up, you can buy things that way. But what if you can actually have online shopping? A few mods do this, and for those of you know, I am a mod channel. I know for a fact that some mods do this because I made videos on them. But what if you can do that in the game? What if you can just go to your phone? Yes, I'm in the same world. Okay, it'd be like this in time. You go to shopping because this is all we have. Then you can be like, buy items, you know? You can have it delivered to your door, have a bunch of different boxes at your front door. You had to hide from your significant other. And you know, you can also have like, you know, people come up and try to steal your packages, because they do that. Why are we stealing packages, bro? Just explain. Okay, the last feature in this section is the mixed use feature. So I'm gonna actually go to my Windenburg world, because I actually did a video on a mod that did mixed use before, and it was the boulangerie video. If you didn't see that, it's just linked in the iCard for you. You can go watch it. So we're here at the boulangerie. Now the purpose of this mod was to have your boulangerie, red bakery on the bottom, and then you had your apartment on top. Some things are missing because I don't have the mod in, but I still have the lot that the creator made, and I wish we had that actually in the game. So a lot of times I wish we had a restaurant on the bottom and then you had your apartments on the top. I feel like there will be a lot of good duos that you can have in the game, and you can also make better use of the lots, because The Sims doesn't give us a lot per world, at least since Windenburg. Okay, now it's between what, 11 and 14, maybe 11 and 12 and 14 lots per. We got for rent where we can have multiple residential on one lot. Now let's make it so we can have multiple community lot on one lot. Now this next section is the adjustment section, and these are adjustments to features we currently have in the game, either by revamping them or giving them a complete facelift. And as someone who has played a lot, I feel like these are like at the top of my list. You may think differently, but for me personally, I feel like these are, you know, these are essential. Now the first thing takes us back into game, and looking at the phone itself, we know the phone is attached to UI, like permanently attached, like joined at the hip, welded there. It's not moving. But what if it could? What if the phone detaches from the UI and you actually place it back into your inventory like you could in previous Sims games? Your Sims would have to go and buy a phone. If you're a teenager, your parents could buy you a phone. You have phone plans. Your Sims could lose their phone. They could drop their phone and it could crack, and you would have to either get repaired or get a completely new one. What if your Sims had different phone skins? So we know in the game our Sims have the exact same phone, and currently I have a phone skin. So I'm going to send a random text to somebody. I forgot which skin I have. So I have this, I think this is an iPhone in here. With the override, all my Sims have the exact same phone again. So everyone has this black phone, I think maybe 11 or 12. I don't know which one it was, but I've had it for a while. But what if your Sims could choose different phones? So where it's like multiple carriers, your Sims can choose multiple styles, you know, have some individuality with their phones. And this is kind of a tag on, but what if your Sims could block other Sims from calling them, okay? And then when you see that Sim, they're like, oh, did you block? Or you can get blocked back. Like you try to text a Sim and you can't. And it's like they just randomly blocked you. For a while, we had a mod that allowed our Sims to only gain new relationships by exchanging numbers. And we have that in the game where you can exchange numbers, but it doesn't do anything. So what if it actually does? So the only way to contact Sims is to exchange numbers. And just because you met somebody, you don't necessarily get them in your relationship panel. Are you still walking with me? Because I know I'm talking fast, but I feel like I'm making sense. At least in my brain, I'm making sense. That's like my first revamp feature. The second feature on my adjustments list has to do with stairs. Now, for those of you who build, and for me personally, I am not the greatest builder, but I do want more stairs in the game. And we are actually here on a vacant lot, and I have a stair here. I'm just gonna show you real quick. So you click on the stairs and ladders, and here are all the options of stairs that you have, you know, one of the 3 ladders. Now, when it comes to stairs, I think 2 years ago, we got this upgrade where we can do this, have a little direction with our stairs, and we can, like, you know, do all of this, you know, a little bit more, just a little bit more. But I would like the ability to have curved stairs, spiral stairs. You know, in some mansions, they have stairs on either side of a balcony and an entryway. What if at the bottom, it was a little bit more flared? You know what I'm talking about? I'll put a picture here. Like, this is what I'm talking about. And then it gets skinny, or then it curves a little bit on the wall, and you know, everything is flushed together. I would like that in the game. I want to say, and I don't know for a fact, I want to say the Sims probably have looked into it, because the Sims 4 is 10 years old, and since they're not bringing in a new game like the Sims 5, you know, maybe they looked at it, maybe it's something in the code or in the game engine, but I would love to have that, okay? And maybe more ladders, definitely more ladders. So the third thing on my list for adjustments, and this, I don't think it's categorize a new feature, but like in the game, some of us have custom loading screens and cast backgrounds. And when you have those overrides, you can only have one installed at a time. But what if you can have a folder and you can put multiple in there, you know, a certain number, and then you can go into your settings, you know, I'm in the game, you know, game options or whatever. And then you could maybe under other, or maybe, I don't know, UI or something like that. And you can just choose between the options you have in your file, you know, because currently, here's mine. Let's just go back. Here's mine, the blur background. I have a custom loading plumber. What if I could just choose and do something different here whenever I wanted, without actually having to like switch out the different backgrounds that I have? And also kind of with the UI, you know, the UI is just default color. And if you watch my channel, you know that I've given you a bunch of different options you can choose from to change your color, from like black, purple, blue, beige. But what if you didn't have to do that, and you can just go into options again and choose a different color? Everything is already preloaded in, because I know some programs allow you to do that. I know my OBS that I'm using to record my videos, I can choose a different color or a different skin. But what if you can do that in the game? Showing you what I'm talking about, the next feature took me a minute. Now, one of the reasons I don't play with this cult is because they're very basic, and I feel like they could be better. And I'm talking about the aliens in the game. So you know, we really got aliens, I believe, in the Get to Work, and we got their hidden world system, and we got the aliens themselves. They have their alien form and then their regular sim form. And I feel like both system and the alien could get a much needed rework, just like the ghost, because the ghost recently got a revamp slash upgrade. And I actually took my sim to system, so you can see what I'm talking about. So the first thing is system itself becoming a full-fledged world instead of like a one lot thing. And you can see here, this is the extent of system. Yeah, like this giant rock here. Oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty big. Sometimes you'll see some aliens walking around. Can you even swim? You can't even swim. You can't swim in this. And you have this fissure here, and this is the, I want to say, the loading dock that comes along with it, and you can return home. If you do the cheat, you can unlock the actual lot here. You can see how big it is, and you can put something else here. Yeah, this is like a platform or something that they've made, and they put like the little saucers here to make it seem like a little extraterrestrial. But I would like to see Sixum be fully fleshed out, multiple lots, multiple things your aliens can do. Also, when you make an alien, they start in this world and then they have to like work their way in order to get to the rest of the world. Just like you have to work with the rocket in order to get to Sixum, you gotta do the same thing if you start off as an alien. And I feel like they would add like a lot of gameplay as well, you know, a lot of maybe storytelling. So let me know in the comments what you think of that. But let's take Bob home because I think he wants to go home. So after 10 years, we still can't do this in the game. Can we please change that? And this is kind of like a little teensy weensy adjustment. You know, when you're buying stuff and you get like the option to buy multiple things, and especially when you're grocery shopping, you can't click on the actual numerical space and type in what you want. I'm here at this general store that came with the horse rant pack. You can't click here, so you have to use the arrows in order to get things. So you know it has 2 of everything. Just imagine it was multiple, okay? You can't click in here the numerical value. You can't do that, and I wish you could. You know, just imagine if you gotta click and, you know, just wish. Okay, now of course everything that doesn't have this numeral here, it means it's unlimited, so I can just add in a bunch of cheese. And also, cheese is life, cheese is everything. 32 cheeses. Now what if I wanted to take all that out? I could just click X. But like, what if I want my whole order again? You know, or I wanted more carrots. I can't click here. That's that right there. It drives me mad. So I feel like that needs to be adjusted. Now the last feature, and I saved this for last because I know it's a huge ask, but the ability to have adjustable worlds in the game. Now I know this is probably a crapshoot in the dark, but just hear me out. What if you're able to move lots, similar to The Sims 3, move them around, add more lots to the game? You can change the scenic vibe if you really want to, remove certain events, and then add your own actual events. So you know how there are events in, let's say, Ravenwood, because that's the recent pack that gave us events, especially the anonymous, the ghost anonymous. I don't really care for that one. I want to delete it permanently and maybe put something else in its place. Kind of bouncing off like Creator World, where you can create your own world. I would love that tool / feature, but I at this point, after so many years, I don't think we'll get a Creator World feature. We can make our own worlds for The Sims 4. If we do, I will be ecstatic and surprised. I'm not holding a candle for that, but the ability to like adjust the worlds if we want, maybe even change the actual name of it. There is a mod that allows you to change the name of your world. You gotta be really careful when you're doing with that. What if you can do that on your own? Make the game more personal. The Sims 4 is a single player experience, and a lot of us customize our games using mods. So what if we can customize it even further? Those are the features I want The Sims 4 to have in 2025. My wish list per se. If you have your own, let me know in the comments below, and if some of these you thought of yourself, let me know as well, so we can, you know, great minds think alike. And if you made it to the end of this video, make sure you put the heart emoji, and I will see you next time. Bye boo.